Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where I need to start here with a little bit of an apology slash explanation. I forgot to open up a discussion with the council members on what this series should be, unfortunately. And now it's too late, now that I realize that I forgot it. I have to get this episode recorded because it's going up in, like, a couple hours. So, yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Now, you'll notice we're in the ruler designer of CK3 here, and that's because I went through the Discord and I found that there's a number of people apparently interested in an India game in CK3, and I'm interested in that as well. Now, I am running the latest Coronation DLC. We're on the current version of the game as of the day that this comes out. So this is, I think, 1.17.1 or something like that. We'll look at that in a moment. But we're in the custom designer here, and we've got this guy. Now, you'll notice we have a lot of customization points we could spend. We're not going to. And the reason for that is I'm going to leave this all exactly as it is, and we've done all of this to replicate an existing ruler because I just wanted to change his dynasty. His dynasty, like the default version, and I don't think I would actually run into problems with YouTube on this, but I don't want to risk it. The default version has a symbol that was adopted by 1930s Germany, shall we say. And it's not an inherently, like, bad symbol in the context of India, right? It was adopted, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I just don't want to risk it. YouTube is heavily automated. We don't want the algorithm to get confused, right? So I've made this guy with a lotus as the sigil here. And I would absolutely run with that other symbol that I'm not saying the name of because, again, I don't know if the algorithm will have a problem with it. Now, we'll run into other people out in the world with that symbol. I don't think it will be a problem because we've done that before, as long as we're not, like, part of that house and this isn't very regularly showing up, right? So I think we'll be okay, and we'll see if YouTube disagrees. Should be interesting. So I've recreated these stats as best I can, and this should be basically the same ruler. 46 years old, we've got the personality traits. I don't know what education he had, and I don't know what his actual stats were. I know that he was married and had at least one son. So this is what we're going with. And you'll notice we're of the Maldives, so we're going to finalize that. And this is going to be right down over here. Now, this is a feudal realm, and I believe it's an independent realm. The idea here is that we're going to spread out over this direction, but it's going to be interesting to get started here, because we're going to be pretty weak to start with. We have no player heir. That's interesting. We did choose to have a son, but it's not the end of the world if we don't. Okay. So let's go ahead and start this at this point. It should be very interesting. Okay, so we go in here. Yeah, we do have an heir. Our heir is a bit scaly, but we have an heir. Okay, so that sounds good. We do need a lifestyle focus, and we do have a stewardship education. The question is, what is the status of our castle holding here? What is this? Wind furnaces. I have never seen this building before. Is this a new building? Men-at-arms damage and toughness. So this is going to be a terrible, terrible location for us to hold a capital, right? We want to find a capital duchy as soon as possible. This might be an okay one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it could be okay. 1, 2, 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a capital duchy. Okay, so that's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 over here as well. So we have some options there. We're probably going to need to change our capital multiple times. So this could become a good capital duchy later. Now, they've only got 941. Their military strength is similar to ours. Taking a look at our men-at-arms here. Okay, so we are feudal, and we currently have mangonels, and we have pakes. Now, those are archers. These guys also had pakes, I noticed. So we should have something that counters archers, for sure. So that would be like light cavalry, but we don't have the money for light cavalry. So, how do we want to handle that? Because we want to launch this invasion out over here very soon. Like, incredibly soon. Now, if we were to take stewardship focus here, it'd be a little while before we could really start getting the money flowing. That'd be golden obligations into it is my domain, but we don't have subjects for that. So that wouldn't even be viable. Maybe we should just directly go into military. Go into, like, strategy focus. Quite possibly here. Yeah, let's do that. Now, in our capital here, we have bastions and curtain walls. We have a level 2 castle. We can't upgrade this. We're going to be lacking tech. I'm betting we're not the culture leader. Correct. We are not the culture leader at this time. So that's understood. They're doing bailiffs. Or actually, that's being exposed. They're doing burrs. Okay, sure. Whatever. That's fine. What we need to do is we need to get some additional military going, and quickly. We could work on barracks, but cash is going to be a weakness for us, for sure. So we immediately have a stewardship perk here. We could go for, like, cutting cornerstones. We have a stewardship only perk, right? Yeah, stewardship perk. So that's understood. Let's go for cutting cornerstones, and we can actually... We have 10 perks here. Wow, okay. I guess it's because of our age. So that's fine. We can grab professional workforce and centralization if we need to. What's our... Well, our development growing here would not be bad. Yeah, we'll take that. Then we'll take golden obligations, and then it is my domain, but we don't have subjects, right? So we would go for, like, war profiteer and Hergeld, even though we don't have subjects. So Republican contribution, I don't know if we even have any cities. Men-at-arms maintenance reduction and monthly income. So just something kind of like this to start with. And then we're going to be focusing on strategy for right now. So we do have a temple holding, and we have a castle holding. That's all we have right now. Noted. So, with that in mind, 76, 56, I'm shopping for an ally right now. Well, if he had a daughter, this could potentially work. Let's check this guy. No. He desires an alliance, but relatively close family ties. Really? That's interesting. Can we just negotiate an alliance then? No, it's not that close. So let's check with this guy up over here then. He does not have any daughters. Noted. So our options are slim. We've basically got this, right? That's basically the only option here. So we would love to have this happen. He has 141 reasons not to, and most of those reasons are the relatively close family ties. I think we're going to have to just go for this on our own. And this is going to be a little awkward. Now, we can increase the size of these. That's most of the gold that we have. Or we could just build up and hope that he doesn't build up. He has no children. His brother is his heir. That's interesting. I wonder what we can do about that. I mean, probably not very much. Yeah, probably not very much. Our main problem at this moment is just a lack of money. So, I would definitely like to fight them. $300 pakes. So if we wanted to counter archers, light footmen would counter heavy infantry. We obviously can't afford war elephants, which are going to be essentially our heavy cavalry. And that's fine for the moment. I'd love to get some light horsemen in to counter his archers. That's not going to happen either. We can't really afford anything other than... We could get another unit of Pakes here. This would actually be 4 gold cheaper. But I don't know that that's a good idea right now either. So I'm going to station these guys here. There we go. And these are not stationed, but we don't have anywhere to station them, right? And we could start working on constructing a militia camp. We'd need 12 gold for that. So I think we just have to take forward right now. I think that we don't have any option but to get some money. But we need to get in here and attack this guy early. Or this guy. No, that is not happening. This guy has 5,793 soldiers. 4,200 of those are special soldiers. So we'll just have to wait for this war to end, and we'll see what that ends up looking like. But we need to get some money flowing in here, and it's going to take a little while. But getting a militia camp in here, that will be a big deal. So we're going to have to wait a few months, and we'll get that militia camp building. And that seems absolutely fine for right now. We'll just have to play this patient, because this is going to be a bit of a tough start. No doubt about it. So we need to... I would love to get blacksmiths in there, but that's not going to happen as of right now. We just need to get the militia camps. That's all there is to it. We need 9 gold. Now we need 7. So it'll be a few more months, but we're going to not be making much money. Once we have this territory, we'll be in a much better space. No doubt about that. These guys, they're not terribly strong, so that's definitely something to think about. No doubt about it. I think we'll be in a pretty good spot here. And this is heavy cavalry, but it does make us money as well. Eventually we'll want to swap these probably into making us more money, or just spec this into making us money and have this be our economic duchy, and then eventually have this be our military duchy. That might be a decent option. For now, of course, we want to get these hide tents built, and that will be done in just a couple of months here. Specifically about, depending on rounding, 2 or 3. Probably 2 additional months from here. Unless rounding is weird. So that'll be fine. We're just playing it patient. Let's take it up to speed 4, though. Okay, there we go. We've got that building, and that is excellent. So once that's done, that'll give us 100 additional levy troops, and it'll boost our archer damage by 20% that are stationed here. So that'll be good. And we can then compare ourselves to these guys. They do have an ally at this juncture. So they've got 1148. Noted. Okay, we're going to spend some prestige here. That's fine. I don't actually care about our prestige at this juncture. For the moment, this is fine. So I'd like to find a spouse for our son. And honestly, this would be a great person to do, but that's not an option at this moment. Understood. So this war is ongoing over here, and we're just waiting at this point for the hide tents to finish up, at which point we're going to be evaluating how we're doing out over here, right? 1366. So they are boosting up their military power, no doubt about that. The main question is, at this juncture, if we were to declare on them, would we be able to outmaneuver them and take good fights? This is a lot of jungle. This is all basically jungle out over here. So that is definitely something to think about, for sure. Jungle has some defender advantage. Indeed. So that's absolutely fine. I'd love to get more men-at-arms going, but for that we'll need money. So we're just about done with our hide tents here. That will be done in 40 days. And we're building up some additional money. I'd like to get a financial benefit here. So maybe like hospices or even cattle pastures. What's the highest that we can get? That would be wind furnaces. Okay. So we could definitely do that, but that'll cost us money. So our hide tents were now completed over here. That gets us 100 additional levies, and our archers are boosted up in strength. So we're now at 935 total soldiers, and that's understood. Now these guys down over here, they are heavily losing at this moment, and that's awkward because they should, I think, be winning that, but whatever. So our steward has horrible stewardship, and that caused us a problem. That's understood. So now the question is, do we need to wait until we can get these guys going, or do we want to just go for it and hope that we can outfight them? They have 5 Shorveers, but we outnumber them in archers. We have 400. And our archers are 20% stronger. We don't know about theirs. Theirs may or may not be 20% stronger as well. It's that levy count that is spooky. They have about double our amount of levies, and we only have 3 Shorveers at this moment. We can get an acclaimed knight, but we don't have anyone that is eligible for that at this moment. So we may just have to chill. Now, there is a potential other option here. We could head this way. That's interesting. Is he too far away? Okay, yeah, he's too far away to interact with. We can't actually go this direction. So that's understood. Our options are very limited then. We've got these guys who are too strong. We've got these guys who are a little too strong. These guys who are quite a bit too strong. And these guys who are also quite a bit too strong. So that's absolutely understood. I would love to get something going over here alliance-wise. It just didn't pan out. So that's understood. We're just going to have to take this slow and patient. And that's okay. We don't actually mind that. So our best investment here would probably be wind furnaces, but what we really need is we just gotta take a... We gotta take a county. Multiple counties, ideally. We don't have a CB on this guy anyway, though. So we should probably be fabricating claims out over this direction. Which... Oh, right, that's... here. Okay, we'll get going on that. That'll take 3 years. Well, now. So this guy just declared on us a de jure war. And that's fine. So he declared on us. And we'll see how this ends up going. That should be very interesting. I'd love to increase our size, but that's not going to be a thing. Now, this is a de jure war. If he wins this, we just straight up lose. Okay. However, if we win, our legitimacy level will raise, and he'll pay us a bunch of money. Noted. So he's going to be on his way. We need to definitely raise up our troops here. Oh, there's already a rally point. We need to raise all of our troops right here, and we probably need to hire some mercenaries. So this is going to be very expensive. We could hire these guys. But it's going to take them a while to get here. Okay. So we hired them, and we'll see if we need the others. If we lose this, we just straight up lose the game. So this is going to be interesting. The real question is, when's he going to arrive? Here he comes. So he's going to be recently disembarked, and this is the best battle we're going to get. We will probably win this according to the game. So let's see. I'm also thinking about hiring these guys in. Okay. We obliterated them. And here come our allies. So we want to walk out over this way and immediately fight them. Again. We don't want to give them any time. We're probably going to lose that battle, apparently. Well, that's awkward. Well, we'll retreat back. And they're probably going to try to attack us here again. And this will win. Very easily, we won that. So we win very easily when fighting here. They can't siege here. And I don't think they're going to get reinforcement there either. So we should just sit here then, is what we should do. We have ticking war score. Unfortunately, we're not gaining gold at this moment. I wish that we were. But we can put this guy in as our steward and then this guy in as our chancellor. He's terrible at the job. But now we have a decent steward at least. We're not really losing money, but we're not really gaining money either. So, if we were to attack here, this is currently expected that we would probably lose. We need to just reinforce here, I feel like. Where are they going? They're attacking war target in the Maldives. That's this right here. Okay, sure. So that's understood. This war is very awkward. I don't want to attack them, but they don't want to attack us. Now, ticking war score is absolutely going to be a thing on our side. There are no objectives held at this moment, apparently, but that will become a thing soon enough. Now, we could attack them eventually, once we are replenished. And we actually are replenished at this moment. So this is the best we're going to get. And we're going to head up there and attack them. We're probably going to lose that, but we're just trying to whittle them down at this moment. So we just got a new martial perk, and that gives us Bellum Justum. Okay, sure. That doesn't help this battle, but we're winning this battle. Beautiful. So, did we just stack wipe them? No, they're retreating to here. So we need to fight them here. We will be considered the defender because they need to siege this. So we're going to very easily win this battle. And from here, we should just be able to repeatedly fight them and win this war pretty handily. We just captured one of their combatants, and we're at 82% at this moment. Now we're going to go try to stack wipe them. This may well be a stack wipe here. Yes, that was a stack wipe. The war is over. So we won that war. That's excellent. And we gained a Valiant Defense Legend seed. We gained some legitimacy and a bunch of gold. So we need to invest that gold. We need to disband our troops. We need to invest that gold right away in getting a wind furnace here. Unless we're not are we getting gold from our... We may not be getting gold from our religious leader. She's not endorsing us. Okay. We can definitely work on that. We'll sway her. So we've got this sway scheme going here. 45% success chance. And all we need to do is get that done. So we need to pay this guy. And yeah, we'll pay him 50 gold, unfortunately. But we will do it. We will settle our debt. That will be fine. So we've got 30 gold at this time, plus we've got this coming in. She is wrathful, craven, and gluttonous. And a conscientious scribe. Unmatched people skills. Excellent. So she's at +6 now, which means that she is now endorsing us, but it's not a maximal endorsement. We're getting 0.0 gold per month out of 0.4. So that is understood. We can definitely do practicing hit and run tactics, I think. Yes. We'll do that. And we could have our spouse do, like, manage domain. The main goal behind that would be to improve our amount of gold, but I don't think we'd be actually beneficial or actually benefiting from that at this time, would we? It would give us some domain taxes and domicile income. We have domiciles? Interesting. I don't think we do have a domicile, to be clear. But yeah, let's have our wife work on managing domain. That might get us some gold windfalls, which would be very good at this moment. We definitely need some gold windfalls. So we're working on fabricating claims up over here, and in the meantime, we need to get as much gold flowing in as we possibly can. So we're at +5 over here, and we need her opinion of us to come up further. She is giving us some levies as well, so that is a very good thing. Now, our marshal is on organized army, and that seems correct for right now. We're going to be truced with this guy for a while. Oh, wow. Okay, he is part of Chola now. Okay. That's going to have an effect on the landscape. I wonder how this war is going to end. Interesting. Maybe we should just swear fealty to this guy. If he declares on us with a de jure war, then that would be game over for us. But if we were to swear fealty to him, then maybe we can take over the Chola kingdom from within. That's probably our best bet at this moment. If these guys were still independent, I would remain independent. But them joining Chola basically gives us no choice. We can go with normal feudal obligations and swear this fealty. I think we have to. Okay, so now we are part of Chola, and we're going to need to work our way up inside of Chola. So that's absolutely fine. We can do this, and we can just start working on this guy, right? So we don't have a CB on this guy right now, but that will change. And that will buy us some time to build up. Yeah, our war is declared on the leash. I don't care. That's fine. Pays 30 to us. Yes, we accept 30. Fantastic. With that money, we could start working on building up our men-at-arms, or we could start working on building additional buildings. And the question is, which of these do we actually want to do? I think we probably want to change our bastions and curtain walls eventually, but for now, I think this is fine. We could change this theoretically over to be blacksmiths to further boost our archers that are here, and to give ourselves a % increase to our taxes. It'll probably be about the same as what we've got here. So that's definitely good to know. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to start some internal Chola scheming. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.